Let's talk about Elmore James. Let's talk about slide. This is a fundamental lick that I think is really important for a beginner slide player to know. This is in an open tuning. This guitar right now is in the open D because I have really fat strings on it, and I don't know if the neck could really take too much more, like if I were to do it open E or something. So this jam is in the key of A, and this is the fundamental Elmore James slide lick. A lot of times they play it a little faster. This is kind of like the lick from Shake Your Moneymaker a little bit. It's not exact, but this is a lot like it. And when I play in clubs and stuff, man, Elmore James music has just the power, man. It just packs the dance floor every time. He's had it forever. So what I would like you to recognize about this is it's not that complex of a lick or anything. You know, you got I'm at the B position, but I'm in the key of A because I'm tuned to D. But you got your whole bar here, which is your chord, right? That sounds good already. And really, what you're doing with your right hand, I like to just not use a pick for this kind of stuff. And I'm going real simple here. I'm just using this finger. And you're basically just outlining the bottom of the high part of the chord. So you're going, all right? So with your left hand, you know, and it's okay to be a little sloppy. You don't want it, you know, for me personally, I don't want to hear, you know, that's okay. I kind of like the magic of the moment. And when Elmore James would be in the club playing, you know, he just kind of taking swings at it. So what I would like you to recognize is on the one chord, you just outline the high part of the chord. Right? But when you go to the 4 chord, you also just outline the high part of the chord. All right, and then you go back to 1. And when you go to the 5 chord, which is in the F sharp position, which I believe is an E right now because we're tuned to D, you outline the chord again. It's just that easy. Go down to the 4. Then you go to the 1. And man, that just has an effect when the band is don't and the band is rocking. And man, it's one of my favorite basic fundamental licks, man. I play it just about every night. And you know, it's effective. It's a great way, especially to start recognizing how to get into slide. Another thing people overlook, and I want you to pay attention to, is your right hand right here. And just like when you're playing regular guitar, you know, you're going to mute. You mute a little bit. You don't want to just hit it open all the time. You mute it. And so a lot of times, the great slide guitar players that I love have great control of their right hand. I mean, a lot of it has to do with their left hand, but a lot of it has to do, to me, the secret is to the right hand. Because notice, while I'm hitting these notes, I'm letting them ring out as much as they want. But the rest of my hand is muffling at least the E string and the A string and a little bit of the D until I get lower and I start to play it. You know? So, again, this part of my hand right here rests right there. And it kind of gives you an angle where you can... The chords for this, and I just want to slowly go through this with you. Take your time. We go to the 1 chord, which would be A, B position for me again because I'm tuned to D. So you go to here. It's your 1 chord, right? In the blues, you got 1, 4, 5 a lot of times, you know, and rock and roll, early rock and roll. So you go here, and what you're going to do is you start high on your E string. Then you go to your B string, G string, D string. It's not that easy. It's more, you know, a little sloppy and you know, that's your 1 chord. You move on. When it changes to the 4 chord, you move all the way up to your 4 position. And again, it's the same shape with your left hand, and it's the same pattern basically with your right hand. Now there will be tiny nuances that change rhythmically, just small things, but what you're basically going for is to go for the 1, then you move it up to the 4. Same everything, just in a different place, okay? And then you come right back to the B, or the A, I'm sorry. When it's time to go to the 5 chord, you go all the way up to your 5 chord. Now you can either go high or you can go low. But again, with your left hand and your right hand, you're going to be doing basically the same rhythmic pattern, and you're going to be doing the same shape. So very slowly, let's do this. 1, 4. 1, 5, 4, 1. And if you want to get real fancy, then you can kind of do the thing that Dwayne Allman did all the time, and he would resolve it to the 5. He'd go and hit that 5 note, which is on your A string. So that's the Elmore James.